Welcome back to our online webinar. My name is Jenny. I'm the product manager. Today, our topic is NuMicro low power ML51 introduction. Here is today's agenda. First one, we will have the overall introduction of the ML51, and then we will introduce our product portfolio and some remarkable features and benefits. And then we will introduce the successful story. And last one is the developing tool. First one, you can see this is the overall NuMicro product portfolio. You can see from AT51, Cortex M0, M23, and M4 to ARM9 for the low performance 16 megahertz up to 300 megahertz. Nuvoton provides different kind of products for different kind of segments. So today our topic is to introduce the AT51, especially the low power ML51 series. In 2019, and we have a big innovation is about the pin-to-pin compatible things. You can see from the low power AT51, and then we have the one in the middle, which is based on Cortex M23, M251, and M261. So basically, it is all pin-to-pin compatible, especially for the hardware and for the software co-function is also the compatible part. Here is the ML51 series. You can see from the 16 kilobyte flash size up to 64 kilobyte flash size. And we provide different kind of package. You can see from the small package MSOP10 and TSOP20, and up to the high GPIO pin count is around LQ peak 64. And maybe you are not familiar with that. We have the ML54 and ML56. These two new series. These two new series, we will have the MP in 2020 Q2. Then we will introduce about the features of this new series. So today we will just focus on the ML51 series. And all of our ML51 series products, we provide the operating temperature from -40 up to 105 degrees, and we provide very strong immunity, such as the ESD about 8 kilovolts and EFT around 4.4 kilovolt. And this is the ML51 series. It is a low power with high performance AT51. And the power consumption is in the normal run is 80 microamp per megahertz, and in the power down current is below 1 microamp, and the operating voltage we provide Y operating voltage, which is from 1.8 to 5.5 volt. And for the high immunity, we provide the EFT around 4.4 kilovolt and ESD around 8 kilovolt. And it is very abnormal to see in the AT51, which supports PDMA. And this one, we provide the PDMA up to 4 channels, and also the internal voltage reference, which can support for the battery power devices. And also for the analog comparator, which we also built in the ML51 series. And we have some successful case that which focusing on the wearable devices and also IoT node and the smoke detectors. Later we will introduce about that. Here is the naming rule of ML51 series. The red one is about the product line, MS, which means the industrial line, and ML means the low power line. for the 1, which means baseline, and just we talk about 4 and 6. 54 is LCD line, and 56, which include the LCD and also the touch key. And the green one is the package type. So you can see that we have MSOP 10 and until LQFP32, different kind of package types, which is means for the green one. And then also the flash and the SRAM we built when we introduced by the different kind of colors. As the picture, you can see that it is the NuMicro ML51's naming rule. And then we will introduce about the some features and benefits of the ML51 series. First one is the low power remarkable features. You can see that the normal ROM mode is around 80 micron per megahertz, and about the power down mode with 3.3 volts is around 0.8 micron, and we also support the fast wake up time, which from the power down mode up to the normal ROM mode. And for the GPIO, we support the sync current with up to 20 milliamp, and also the latch up we can pass 200 milliamp. For the peripheral, we have such as the up to 4 channels of UART and also PDMA. We can support up to 4 channels. And for the especially for the battery power devices, which needs the analog comparator. So this one also built in the analog comparators. And we support the PWM up to 12 channels. So you can, such as you can connect with the motor or the LED, different kind of buzzers. You can use the PWM, different kind of channels to connect with different kind of peripherals. And for the portfolio, you can see that we support from 16 kilobytes up to 64 kilobyte flash size. And the SRAM, we provide 1, 2, and up to 4 kilobyte size. This one, this ML51 series, which is pin-to-pin compatible with our low power series, which is called M251 series. This series is based on Cortex M23, which is the upgrade version from M0 Plus to the M23. So ML51 series is pin-to-pin compatible with the other low power series, which is called M251 series. And we provide different kind of power modes. You can see we provide 4 different kind of power modes. The first one is ROM mode. And then especially this is the big feature of the ML51 series, which is called low power ROM mode. And then we have the low power idle mode. And then the deep power down is the power down mode. For the ROM mode, you can see the power is the power of the CPU is on, and also the clock for the peripheral for the CPU is all turned on. And it is about 80 micron per megahertz, and also with the default 400 micron current. And then for the low power ROM mode, different from the ROM mode which use the clock is different. You can see that the clock is we can use the internal RC oscillator or the external crystal to power on the CPU. And for the low power ROM mode, you can see that we just changed the high frequency RC oscillator to the low frequency RC oscillator. So the low power ROM mode, which supports 15 micron power consumption. And in the low power idle mode, which use the same clock as the low power ROM mode, like the low frequency RC oscillator or the low frequency external crystal. In the low power idle mode, the different one is that we turn the clock of CPU off. So the power consumption is around 13 microamp. And in the power down mode, you can see that we turn off the power and the clock, and also the SRAM has been shut down. And the power consumption is around 0.8 microamp at the 3.3 volt. And we support 10 microsecond, the wake up time from power down mode to run mode is the 10 microsecond. And also we can enable the fast exclusion of the power down mode. And also we provide some different kind of low power features. You can see that we support different kind of wake up source, such as wake up timer, analog comparator, and every GPIO can be the wake up source. And in the power down mode, the current consumption is 1.4 microamp in the below condition. The low voltage reset, the LVR is on, and also the 1.0 automatically reset has been turned on, and also the BOD is on. The power consumption can still sustain in the 1.4 microamp. And in the power down mode, the current consumption with the watchdog and window watchdog timer enable is around 2.4 microamp. And in the low power run mode, the special one is that we still can support the UART transmission data rate around 9600. And the UART, the accuracy, we can support the 2% deviation. We can also support the PDMA mode in the low power run. So you can see that PDMA, which you can use for maybe for the SPI to the RAM, then the hardware will already do this for you, and you don't need to have the CPU interruptions. So which is very remarkable for the low power run mode. We can support UART transmission and also the PDMA functions in the low power run mode. And here is the low power features. Here we have the example. If the average power consumption of the device, the MCU, is around 5 microamp, then with the lead battery, the capacity, which is around 200 milliamp per hour, then the battery life we can sustain for 4.6 years. And with the CR to 2032, the capacity is around 225 milliamp per hour. Then the battery life we can support from 4 to 5 years, that longer. Also, for the ADC, we have different kind of features in our ML51. This one we support one set of 12-bit 500 kilo sampling per second SAR ADC, and external channels we support up to 8 channels. And we can provide 4 different levels of internal voltage reference for the ADC's reference. We also build in the temperature sensor inside our ADC channels. And we can support the continuous scan mode, which means that we have the hardware to do the PDMA function. So with this kind of continuous scan mode, then the hardware ADC can just sampling the data from outside directly and without the CPU interrupt. So the data can just move from ADC to SRAM without any CPU interrupt. And also we support the analog comparator. So you can, after ADC that sample data, then we can reflect the voltage very rapidly. And you can see that for the 8051 series Nuvoton provides two different series. One is the MS51, the industrial line, and then we have the low power ML51. And here is the comparison table between these different series. The first one, you can see that only MS51 32K and also ML51 32 kilo, we support the crystal in function, so you can connect with the external crystal with these two different series. The second one is that MS51 we support 5 channels of UART. So if your application, your products need to connect with different kind of sensors or different kind of RF modules, then MS51 32 kilo is the good choice for this kind of applications. And then with the same package, MS51 32 kilo, we support more GPIO pins for this middle one. And the 16-bit PWM we support with the same package, and both ML51 and MS51 32 kilo have the same channels of PWM. And here you can see that ML51, the low power series, we support the PDMA function and also the internal voltage reference, the analog comparator, this different kind of analog IP which only support in ML51 series. And also the power down current with BOD off, and of course the low power ML51 we can sustain up to 1 microamp. Compare with the different kind of industrial line MS51, of course the power consumption of the low power series is the best. And here we share some successful stories about the ML51 series. The first one is the firefighting system. And as you can see that from the concentrator, it of course is not used 8051. It used our ARM9 and UC 970, and this one is very powerful CPU, so which have external DDR, and also it have Ethernet and different kind of SDI, SPI flash, different kind of function, which is very powerful. And then there is a patch panel which use the CAN bus or RS485 to connect with the concentrator, and this one which needs CAN bus. So this one we promote the Cortex M0 and UC 131 series. And then at the end node, which need to support the alarm system, then which is the low power ML51. So you can see that for the battery power smoke detector is very suitable for ML51, and it only needs around 8K or 16 kilobyte flash, but it needs very more channels of ADCs to support different kind of battery management, and also the I/O needs around 32. So for the manual alarm, it has to connect with the power bus, so the power consumption is not so important, and it needs much lower flash size, around 4 kilobytes, and also UART, only one UART to connect with the RF module, and then 2 channels of ADC. For the fireproof door, which also is a battery power devices, so especially the power consumption in the 1 micro 1 megahertz is around 0.9 micron. And for the ROM size is around 8K to 16 kilobyte, and the SRAM is below 1 kilobyte. So it is very suitable, especially we have the support the low power ROM mode in the ML51 series. And the second one is the battery management system, the BMS. It needs the ADC channels up to 8 channels, and also the PWM it needs to output the voltage or the internal voltage reference of ADC and comparator, which also very suitable for this kind of battery management system. And the power down mode for the application, which also needs down to 1 micron. As you can see this block diagram, we need 2 I2C. The one is to connect with the AFE, the analog front end, and then the second one is for the charger IC. And one UR to connect with the upper master, and the PWM to give the output voltage, and one PWM to have another 2 PWM to have the buck and the boost of the voltage. And the ADC channels need to measure the voltage and the currents of each battery. So which is much suitable because that ML51 have built-in the internal voltage reference and also the analog comparator. And here is one of our demo kit which used the ML51. This demo kit shows that we have the analog front end and also the and also use the SPI to connect with the AFE and the MCU. And this series, this demo kit, we can support from 5 to 14 series battery. And this demo kit, we already have some overcurrent protection, so to prevent some burn up happens. And also we support 1 UART channels, so you can connect with the main controller through the UART interface. And all of this EVK, we can provide the reference schematic and also the demo, the reference code we can provide from this demo kit. And here is one of the application ML51 so very suitable, especially for the lighting control. This one customer use in the gaming phone, the back side of the gaming phone, and only use the ML51 to control the LED lighting. And because the ML51 have the PDMA, so a customer can use SPI to connect to the light strip directly, and then without the CPU interrupt, you can use the PDMA to do the different kind of functions through PDMA. And also it needs a 6 set of PWM to connect with RGB light strip. So that's why customers choose our solution from the gaming phone. And the last one, we will slightly introduce our developing tool. And here we provide 2 different kind of developing board. The first one is NuMicro ML51 PC, and the second one is new tiny ML51 EB. And also we list the different kind of part number which is supported by different kind of EVB. So with this table, you can easily to see that which new tiny or NuMicro board that you need to use to realize your prototype by this developing board. And for the programmer, we support 2 different kind programmer. The first one is NuLink Pro, and the second one is NuLink 2 Pro. And the IDE, the environment, we can support 2 different kind environment. The first one is Kill C51, and the second one is IAR. And for the mass production, which depends on the flow your products need, if you need to program your IC before the SMT, then you can use our NuGen programmer, which have the 1 to 4 independent programming functions. Or if a small pieces that you need to SMT and then program the IC, then you need our programmer NuLink 2 Pro. And also we can support the auto programming machines by the large quantities you need to program. Okay, so next we will have around 20 minutes Q&A. So if you have any questions, welcome to raise your questions, and then we will have our FAE, and also I can answer your questions. So don't be shy, just answer, just raise your questions if you have any doubt about our 8051, then all of the questions you can ask. Okay, thank you.